Ray, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
And if you shall see, I say, I can't share.
I say, yeah, Ubebo Liga, prices 100.
Yeah.
Definitely the excitement will be there and the anticipation too will be there. It's a menace.
Say, a friend saying, about 40 years, say, coaches, some former managers,
managers.
And say, I'm going to be a team manager.
Of course.
This year.
Of course, absolutely.
And whether the in-house people like it or not, we are bringing a cup home.
That's right. It's coming home.
Yes, it's coming home.
Yeah.
And we are collecting. I've seen people say, but it won't work.
Yeah.
The
people say, or more titles under their belt.
Exactly. They
are permitted to.
They need to be steady.
Yeah.
Anyway, tell us a bit about the GMABC Fantasy League, Raymond. What is it about?
Well, Sammy, the GMABC Fantasy League, it's a creation out of the Premier League Fantasy League. And so the Premier League Fantasy League, a game that's been created for lovers of the English Premier League. And it puts them in manager mode. So lovers of the English Premier League can put themselves in a position where they manage virtual teams or they manage teams dream team. And they conceptualize a team of players English Premier League. Now, put you together to form a starting 11 every match day. Based on the real life performances of the players on the pitch, they'll either score points or they'll lose points based on players. And behind the English Premier League Fantasy League. Now, anybody who signs up to play in the English Premier League Fantasy League automatically joins the worldwide competition. Okay? So they've made it possible, say, you can join private leagues. You can create private leagues so that people can join. That way, you can control a number of people or there's familiarity, so a group of friends. So that the rivalry, the bragging rights in the at the end of the season, Nipa or better leaderboard, you can, a prize or however you can, it's just competitive among yourselves. And based on that, we created a GMABC Fantasy League. Those who listen to Happy FM, those who watch ETV Ghana, those who listen to YFM, Accra, Kumasi, Takrade, can also join the GMABC League, and then we compete among ourselves as a family. That's how come we came up with the creation of the GMABC Fantasy League as part of the Premier League Fantasy League.
And who qualifies to participate in the league?
Well, immediately you sign up onto the English Premier League platform, as in the Premier League Fantasy League, you become automatically a part of the worldwide competition. And at that time, you are competing with some 8 million people. You are competing with some 8 million people in the worldwide fantasy league. And so once you sign up and you are able to register and open an account to be able to pick a team, you automatically have the chance to play in the GMABC Fantasy League with the coda when we perform the launch. And anybody who loves the English Premier League, who hasn't registered yet, can play the Fantasy League. Anybody who has already registered can just join the GMABC League, which is part of a main platform also as far as the Premier League is concerned.
But what makes the GMABC Fantasy League so special?
Well, Sammy, there are a lot of fantasy leagues in Ghana, and I'm sure before the start of the season, you'll see artworks around asking people to join various leagues across the country. But what makes us unique is, we give you the chance to win prizes. So there are monthly prizes that we give away for whoever tops every month. And then at the end of 38 match days, we give away a grand prize, a grand cash prize. And then, some other prizes as well. And the excitement, they say, for all those other leagues, they'll display prizes in the they never deliver. But the GMABC Fantasy League, it delivers on promise to Obi Abe joining GMABC Fantasy League. And that is why, our league is special. And we make sure, every week we give updates. Updates on who is doing well, who is not doing well, who is on top of the leaderboard. Then you're making sure, everybody who plays the GMABC Fantasy League, last season we had about 1,800 players. 18,000 players, we had 18,000 players on the GMABC Fantasy League. At least we keep them, in the know as to what's happening in the league they are playing in. It's a GMABC Fantasy League, no, special in its own right.
So special, obviously it would have produced some winners if you're talking about 18,000. So far, how many winners has the GMABC Fantasy League produced?
So I mean, we've produced 2 winners. The COVID season, that was 2020 season, no, 2019-20 season, no, we produced 1 winner, and that was Raymond Nyamador. And then in the 2020-2021 season, no, Alexander Minka emerged the winner of the competition. And we've produced 2 winners so far. And both winners, no, I can confidently say, prize are now your car say a bemamo, no, you to me at the amount.
Yo, winners in Sensenia, I have 2 guests in the studio with me this morning. I believe that at this point, I will introduce them into the conversation. Raymond Nyamador, a 2020 winner for the GMABC Fantasy League, and Alexander Minka, a 2021 winner for the GMABC Fantasy League. Before, minimum ebedi and common. At the time when they won and came on set for us to have a conversation and make their presentation, when they took our money, which they went and spent without inviting some of us. Yemfa kakra embre amount for the excitement at the time when we were delivering on our promises to them.
So, do you know what you're going to do with the money? For sure, as a Christian, I have to give my tithes. So that means 500 Ghana cedis is gone. That's about 4,500. Maybe I'll take some 500 and then use it to do some small little chop. And then maybe the 4,000 might go to some treasury bills.
There you go.
For investment in the future.
Brilliant lad. He is getting the cash prize of 5,000 right now. You will see the videos, you will see the pictures, and congratulations to the 2019-2020 winner of the GMABC Fantasy Premier League, Raymond Nyamador.
She said cash number as a bushani ebe issue, but it is kind of quite a
I said now I'm deciding you mean
kase yen.
Okay. I said now you decide scan the aba. Many wife be kan ho asem. Nia yen ye busuani ni na betumi dia ye but nia metumi aka asat now on say at least about 20% the be say ko nyame fie. That's at least 2,000 I was say ko. Timi aka na be hwese na be si aye no.
Okay. Winner GMABC Fantasy League 2020-2021 season no na Osha basobody kese and dan nim 10,000 Ghana cedis and I be present Emmanuel CEO Global Media Alliance Mr. Ernest Boateng a presentation no as we speak mo Osha ewo nim short no ewo we nim GMABC Fantasy League no you can say ma enye kwa we back our words with action. This is a live presentation of 10,000 Ghana cedis and a trophy to your winner, GMABC Fantasy League 2020-2021 season, Alexander Minka. GMABC Fantasy League media. Alexander Minka, congratulations to you once again.
The presentation, Alex and Raymond, one more actually at the time and now you declare one more winners. No, I think Alex, yours was at YFM. Raymond, yours was at YFM.
Yeah.
And then Alex was here in the studio with me. Charlie Cash na sana. And so when you said that day, no catching me whoso. No, me can't say what catching me whoso.
And still with me I can say whoso. Mambo da whoso no. Into whoso.
Is that what call school?
Then.
What the embrace me?
Let me call school.
This is my family one. Anything this year, me as me compete, you know. Because me am winning my dinner, me enjoy ya. I don't know, we are behind the smoothest level. But there's a question I need to ask, Wabra. What's been the feeling? I mean, at the time you participated and at the time that you were finally declared winners of the competition, how has been the feeling? Any of you can,
Oh, go ahead.
Okay.
So it was a very wonderful feeling. I think I went back to school. I didn't know they were expecting me. They had heard I had won. So when I went, yay, everybody was making noise, the deal and stuff like that. Most friends who had seen me over 10 years were now contacting me. Are you the one we saw? And I said, yeah, I'm the one, you know.
So you're a star?
Yes, I'm now a Fantasy League ambassador, especially for Global Media Alliance. As you said, other organizations didn't fulfill their promise. So I'm an ambassador for Fantasy League, and now my name is FPL Ambassador Raymond Nyamador.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Uyam. Nah. Well, let me ask about the experience as well. I mean, when you started, when you heard that we're going to give out that amount of money, did you believe in the first place? Did you believe?
I didn't even know about the money to start.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, he said it.
I just joined. I think I saw it on Twitter and decided to join because I was just enjoying myself.
But there were others. Why ours?
I joined so many others.
Okay.
Just to see how good I am.
Okay.
With the game. So I didn't even know when I actually won. I didn't know. I only shared it on my WhatsApp status that these are the leagues I've won, and then someone called me from Kumasi that they've been hearing my name on radio for some time on YFM, that they're actually looking for me. Yes, me for ID card in Bra. So I had to drive to Accra or YFM and then just present an ID card.
Wow. Wow. Ray, at this point, I will hand over to you because we have less than 4 minutes to wrap up so that you can continue with the official launch of the GMABC Fantasy League.
Well, so Sammy, the wait there over for those of our viewers and listeners are all these weeks, almost besides say a code, no, Sammy, this morning officially would want to unveil a code for this season, and as you can see on your screens, your code for this season, GMABC Fantasy League, CHNBDG. CHNBDG. And Sammy, after unveiling this code, officially, Metchimiaka said the GMABC Fantasy League 2021-2022 season, officially launched. It is, Obi able to me a join here now with me Abesia kind GMABC Fantasy League.
This year prices not at the same. Prices not the same.
So this year we are maintaining the cash price at 10,000 Ghana cedis.
Okay.
Now we deserve back.
10,000
cedis. That's a 19 number funding. 10,000 Ghana cedis, and we are also giving away mobile phones and jerseys to our monthly prize winners.
Wow.
And every month, when I be emerge for the month, you be making sure say a mobile phone and a jersey of the choice. Since you're supporting you be a Manchester United and a Liverpool and any club of the choice, you be man is a club in jersey. And we any actually you be Fantasy League players this season.
Yo, Raymond, Mike can be mouse still. You're holding the mic so that you continue with the rest of the media.
Well, Sammy, quickly, I think there are a few questions may winners so much me a year no mame. With your indulgence, I'll quickly go to some of those questions. Raymond or Alexander, any of you can pick the question. Sure. For Fantasy League players out there, this season, what's our £100 million now you are supposed to buy players with how are they supposed to spend it, and what kind of players are Fantasy League players this year expected to look at?
As we always say, value is in midfield. It has been shown over the past 3-4 years that the value in fantasy is in the midfield. So try and get very good midfielders. I know, I spoken Alex this morning, we are all agreeing that Salah and Bruno should be in your team. If you don't have Salah and Bruno in your team, you are losing. And as you have Salah and Bruno, almost all of the money is gone. So what you need to now try and do is you need to start getting some very cheap budget players. You should have Oli Watkins in your team. You should have Rafinha in your team. I think if I say, Alex won't be able to say, so I'll leave the rest. Okay, so you should have Trent Alexander-Arnold in your team. We have made our discussion this morning, so we know these are the key players that you should have in your team. But as you always say, as the season starts going on, at a point you need to start changing. So around game week 4, game week 5, even game week 3, if you see that some players are emerging, like how Ivan Toney, we are expecting Ivan Toney of Brentford to emerge. If you imagine that he's not in your team, you should quickly swoop in for him.
Alex, let me come to you on this one. What kind of tricks should fantasy league players share Sisiano and Amutia Sisiano? Tricks being and to me, adopt here, to me, I imagine tops. And what kind of chips should we be looking at? Matisse, a more chip be a friend, wild card, free hits, Nema. Take us through some of these Nema fantasy league players about me about.
Okay, indeed. The trick number one here, you have to know the formation you want to play. You have 15 players, 3 will be subs, and then 11 will be on the field. I always start with 3-4-3 or 3-5-2. So as of now, I haven't decided which one to go for, but I'm sure in due time I will decide. Now, in terms of chips, the most important one as of now is a wild card. And that is a chip I always activate before game week 5, because I'm sure I will start on the wrong foot. There will be players I didn't see them coming. There will be players like Mares I won't buy at the beginning. So between game week 1 and game week 5, I should be activating my wild card, which will give me the opportunity to change the entire team to a new team, and then I continue the season with it. Free hit, if you say free hit today, I don't think I will encourage you to be say on activating as early as game week 4 or 5. Any day you can wait. There will be double game weeks. Games will be postponed, and moving a chance at the later part of the season. I'll wait to me activate free hit. I remember what chance I be. Salah will be playing in 3 or 4 games at a go. And also, you can change your entire team, get all the double game week players, then in the following week, you revert it to your old team. And I think that helps a lot. Triple captain, so you don't need to do it now. You don't say double game week chip. You can even wait till end of the season. Last season, I activated my triple captain maybe around game week 30, and it makes all the difference. And you can just make up for the losses you've made.
Before you ever know, my final questions are maybe someone they say, Raymond, maybe ought to know, are we expecting to be a comeback? And I say, Ubeba Kaya Hua, what tail end of the board, no?
Actually, I'm looking forward to winning again, but actually, I'm more concerned about making more people win as well. So actually, we are trying to give more insight to people to win. I'm not like a grandfather of fantasy in Ghana, so I'm actually looking forward to win, but it would be nice to have somebody else who win as well.
But let me stay with you. For our viewers out there and for those listening to you, why should they join the GMABC Fantasy League?
It's very authentic. I say it with all certainty. I won many leagues last year, 2020. I contacted many, some were doing me up and down. I always say this anywhere I go. But when I contacted GMABC, it was very straightforward. There were no hassles and battles with straightforward. I was able to Misa Kadiam, Omoka said Misa Bekano, but other leagues across the country, I don't want to mention this on this platform. Some of you have had to struggle to even get something small just to acknowledge. Some didn't even give any publicity to me. So I want to say that the GMABC Fantasy League is very, very authentic and the best fantasy league in Ghana.
Alex, final question to you. Are you winning this year again? We are in a back-to-back, and for our viewers and listeners out there, why should they join the GMABC Fantasy League?
I think I'm only playing to have fun. Winning, if it comes, fine. If it doesn't, it's okay. If you are too determined and you want to win, you won't take certain risk.
Please talk to my brother here.
I'll win. I'll win. I'm very determined, so I'll win.
So if winning becomes the only thing I focus on, I think you won't take certain risk. So I'm happy to take the risk to enjoy the game, buy certain players people will not buy, just a one of the differential, just to enjoy the game. So he just mentioned Tony. Tony is a player we all don't know. We are looking forward to seeing how he plays. So I think that's fine. For the league, yes, just like he said, Pina or Hoa, when you win, there are so many other radio stations that you win and then you call them. You can't even get a contact number. You go on Twitter, you try and contact them, they don't respond and all that. If you finally get through to them, the answer is always the same, that their sponsors have disappointed them, so they can't. And sometimes we wonder whether they contact the sponsors before they put their names there. Because if that happens, then you shouldn't constantly be saying your sponsors have disappointed you year on year. So that's the thing. So GMABC there. And you don't pay anything to join.
It's free.
It's free. So if you don't pay anything to join, why not? Join and enjoy yourself. If you turn out to be the winner, why not? You come for your money and then your prize as well.
Well, Sammy, baby, you do know. For those listening to us and for those watching us, if you want to join the Fantasy League, the OBN say, a valid email address. Just get into your Play Store, download the Premier League app, a green background with the black lion head in it, and then the Premier League app. Now, download you follow the processes, register, pick a team. No pick a team. You have the opportunity to join a league. League now by joining. No code no CHN. BDG. You call your social media handle, so I will make sure say artwork no or what to me your GMABC code. No, but Sammy, let me say a big thank you to our sponsors, Patawa Clothing and Melo Farms. This event we all know is powered by Global Media Alliance. And you can join us for updates on Telegram. So GMABC Fantasy League is on Telegram, so you can join us on Telegram for updates on what will be happening all through the 38 game weeks. And also. YFM Triangle will make sure say we update you on various shows on YFM Accra, YFM Takrade, YFM Kumasi, on Happy Sports and on ETV, Esports Live and Happy Morning Show Sports Updates. You've been making sure say consistent updates across. So GMABC Fantasy League, it promises to be bigger and better this year, and we are asking all of you to join us on the GMABC Fantasy League.